So the game is finished. Tottenham 2, Wolves 3. I'm a Spurs fan, Ian. Ian, how are you feeling about it?
Oh, I'm enthused, mate. I'm absolutely enthused. No, it was shocking. We were the better team. I think we were better than Wolves. They weren't that brilliant. They just knew how to break. Better than us.
I think that makes it worse. They weren't that brilliant. I thought exactly the same. I thought that Wolves could have played so much better, but they beat us nevertheless. I'm very, very disappointed in today.
Yeah, if you actually look at someone like Triari, he actually had no impact at all today. You know, so we had control, but we had no guts in midfield.
I don't think we had control. How on earth do you think that we had control?
A lot of our flicky stuff was in there. Possession-wise, we would probably have had more than them.
Right, one thing I want to talk to you about. We've got no striker.
No.
Troy Parrott comes on.
Yeah.
In the 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Right. Did he score?
What's the point?
There's no point at all.
If you're going to say a striker isn't ready to come on and play in the Premier League or the Champions League, he's named as a substitute in the Premier League, and then he comes on for the 4 minutes of stoppage time. What's the point?
No, there's no point at all. I would imagine it's got to be with a view to playing him on Wednesday. It's got to play him on Wednesday. There's nothing. You've got to make so. You've got to give him a chance. If the fans are paying for it, if he's there and put him on at 4 minutes of injury time, he's got to think he's ready to play.
How would you describe our style of football at the moment?
Pretty tippy tappy. But there's no resilience there. You could have, if you had an Ndombele playing all the way through, we would have had a lot more guts in midfield straight away.
Do you know what, Ian? The stadium was probably the quietest I've ever known it. Even when Tottenham were 2-1 up, the stadium was extremely quiet. Explain that.
Because they didn't have an awful lot to sing about. We weren't breaking, everything was so predictable. It was actually putting it out onto the flanks there all the time. And it was really, it was too predictable all the way through.
But I'm sorry to sound negative, that, you know, we're losing grip on the top four.
I think that's gone.
We're playing poor football.
Yeah.
It's negative at times.
The only defence I would say is if you've got half the time out injured, you have got a problem there straight away. If you've got people, Lamella would have made a different impact. If you'd have Lamella playing today.
If I'm honest, I think if Harry Kane and Heung-min Son was in that team, I don't see any different results.
Well, no, because there was no supply that come through from there. Everything is too pretty and predictable and tippy-tappy, but they actually lose it on the second. We lose it on the second ball all the time. Yeah, but I don't think they were better than us. They didn't deserve the win.
You don't think they deserve to win?
No, not at all. I thought a draw. I could see us getting a draw. And I don't think any team really deserved to win.
Yeah, but even a draw against Wolves, in recent years, under Pochettino, we'd have won these sorts of games. Yes, some people can argue that we lost last year at Wembley, but we still got in that top four. Top four now is looking like a million miles away.
Oh, yeah, top four is, and I don't think it's down to Pochettino. I don't think it's down to Jose. I think it's I blame Levy an awful lot for actually not reinvigorating the team. I have trouble saying that because I put too many vinegars in it. But there was too much. You need change regularly, freshening. I would imagine Levy's regretting that straight away. But I do think that Pochettino had actually been there 5 years and had done his time. I think he was ready to go anyway.
Ian, what positives can we take from this season? Because it seems like everyone's just written the season off, including Jose Mourinho. He can't wait until the season's ended.
I think Lo Celso is actually a quality player. I don't think we've actually even missed Eriksen that much. Lo Celso, since he's come in, he's a diamond. He actually is hunting the ball all the time, isn't he? He's always wanting to take possession. Fernandes is going to be a bit of a player. Tanganga, and I have trouble saying that, but he's a player that's made a difference. Saved us a lot of money.
And after the result today, and after these performances of late, where will Tottenham finish in the Premier League?
about 6th. I'd like to think it was 8th out of the Premier Europa League as well. I'd rather not do it at all. But there's no way we'll do Champions League.
You don't even want a Europa League place?
No, not at all. I'd rather get rid of all the players that we'll ever buy at the beginning of the season. They're never going to buy premium players. It'll be the Max Irons of this world that actually would be grateful for playing for a better team. Not necessarily will breed them up to get Champions League.
Ian, thank you very much. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.